Welcome to the seventh episode in the story of Jimmy Williams. We appreciate you continuing to listen. And so then around that same time, you were involved with the MLB scouting, right? Or MLB overseas program?
Well, and that's really kind of right after that I got the job with Prince George's Community because in 2004 in the fall I went to Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, for a Major League Baseball scout school.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot how long it was. It might have been a couple of weeks. It might have been a week, probably a week. So I enjoyed that. The only problem with that it was in two languages, and I love Spanish and I love Japanese. So it was okay, but if I was a little bit more bilingual, I know a lot of words and I knew a lot of Spanish back in the day expressing myself, but I don't understand. But that was the only hiccup, and that was like you had to listen to some of the stuff in Spanish and in English. Yeah, if I'd have been a Spanish student at the time, that would probably help. So that was a good experience. We went to see live games at the academies in the DR, which you're hearing a lot about them today. So I got to see those academies and got to see players. I still got a lot of the paperwork on that, and I got my certificate that I did the course. And the class is really to get the scouts on the same page on rating players and everything, and had the lingo the same.
Interesting. So yeah, what were they teaching?
Hmm.
What were they teaching?
What were they teaching?
Yeah, were there specific strategies or kind of what was their
What? No. They teach you how to rate players,
okay.
and how to rate players. So if we watching a guy throw, so if you got a scale of 0 to 8. College doesn't think in high school they do on 0 to 5, 1 to 5. Pro ball is like the 8. Okay, so the top rating in college, high school was a 5. It might be a high school, but I'm just saying that's two different ratings, right? But we were on the scale of rating 8, which is extra. You high level all star and everything. If you're 8, or your arm is exceptional. You got an 8 arm. An average major league, anything in major league is a 5.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, if we both want to rate a player and we watching them throw from left field or throw from shortstop or throw from the plate, we got to rate the arm, right? So
Right.
you're going to rate him, I'm going to rate him. So we should be very close through the training, and the big thing is when you write the report, you got to be able to write the report. They teach you how to write the report. That was what they were teaching, and maybe where to sit and where to stand for certain things. You want to know if you're rating a pitcher, you need to know. You can't just say he throws a fastball, curveball. You got to tell him that his bill, what he look like, what's his body structure. Is he throw overhand, 3/4, sidearm, submarine? You gotta tell all this little stuff without writing a book.
That makes
So it's to get it's to get the information on paper and get it into the big league office, or not the big league office, into your team. And this was the scouting bureau at the time when I went to, which is the scouting bureau came in later where a lot of scouts, they work for the scouting bureau and the information is shared among the major league clubs.
I see.
That's what I thought. Then you got your individual scouts, but then at one time they had the scouting bureau. I think that's gone now. I think, but that was fun. That was fun to do that, and so I think I can rate. I could kind of rate just like maybe a major league scout would, but I'm still not going to be as good as a major league scout. But they're looking for certain. And you're taught to project. You're taught to project what a player would be.
Mm.
Okay. That's what scouting is. One of the things that scouting is about. So that was like 2004, and the year before that, 2003, I was a part of Major League Baseball International, which I was an envoy. How they say that, ENBOY, that envoy
Yeah,
for
I'm
Major
aware.
League Baseball. Major League Baseball. So I went to Germany for 6 weeks in different cities, and just going over. You kind of doing a little. You assistant coaches over there and their workouts. You know,
Interesting.
I'm really not a good I'm not a really good clinician, or know how to the different drills and all that stuff. But they have that. But you kind of go there and watch over them and give them advice on stuff, how to do certain things. How to play the game. So I did that in Germany in 2003. In 2004, the same year, I think I went to DR. I went to China. I went to Shanghai and Guangzhou, Beijing, and did the same thing there. And then 2007, I went back to China because I know it's 2007 because the Olympics were 2008 in Beijing. So I know they were doing all this building. Oh, it was crazy. You talking about some traffic? Look, I think every city got traffic, but Beijing was traffic. So that was the thing that I've done since my career was over. That Major League Baseball International, and I did Germany and China for 3 different years. Sandwiched around in MLB Scout School in 2004. So yeah, and then after that was over, I ended up, since I lived in the area here, I caught on with the Boys and Girls Club of my county, Mitchellville, Bowie, Kettering, Mitchellville, Largo, Boys and Girls Club. I caught on with them and was helping them coaching kids. I was doing the young ones, and trying to help out there. And I kind of moved on up to doing like the 16U. I like doing like 16U is where I like it. 15, 14 and 16 is where I rather be rather than the young ones. Because I think the other coaches, which I really admire coaches today, and even when coaches are bad, man, I admire them because they out there. They just don't know any better. Because I umpire little league, middle school ball, and it's like I want to coach. I don't even want to umpire when I'm out there. But the kids, it's all about the kids. I don't know what the coaches may be telling them what to do, but I think it's just like me. I can talk all day, but you got to demo stuff,
Right.
But college kids, you should be able to talk a little bit more, and then you should, if you understand what I'm saying, you should be able to go work on that, whether it works or not. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
I tell you, and then if you got an upswing, I'm trying to teach you a level swing. It seems like you ought to be able to do that, even if it don't work for you, and then you can go back to whatever you're doing. So, but the kids I coach, man, it seems like they don't even. It goes in one ear, out the other. So that's why I say I like to just coach around what they do and hope that can get better. Because the main thing in hitting is seeing the ball, man.
Right.
You're hitting the ball and not swinging at balls, but swinging at strikes. So if I got a guy with a bad swing, if he got good eyes, he might be okay.
Hey, right.
You got to put the bat to the ball, man. Put the bat to the ball. So I got into the coaching with, doing. I mean, and the reason I did that because it was like Boys and Girls Club, because that's where I got my start. I was at the police. It wasn't a Boys and Girls Club. It was the Police Boys Club back in my day, and I love the police back in the day myself. I don't know about now, but people crazy, man. When I see a cop, I'm happy. I don't know about you those people. I see one, hey, you got any buddies with you? So that's why I started coaching in Kettering, Largo, Mitchellville Boys and Girls Club, because I knew that's where I got my start.
That's so great.
And I did that, and then I moved up, getting the older kids, and we ended up winning. And you know what? The 2 coaches we have at Prince George Community College right now play for me in that organization. And when they were like 14, 15, 16. And One is the pitching coach and one is the head coach. And then
That's
a lot
great.
of, and so no matter what they say about me, whatever. I mean, I feel good. I feel good at times. I get a little mad when I get when people don't catch on. At least try to listen. I just want you to understand what I'm saying, even if it's wrong. You got to understand it's wrong to understand it, right?
Right.
And if it's wrong, you should understand something. But I don't know. But that's the biggest thing, guys coming back to you or appreciate that you try to help them, and you see that they stayed in the game,
Right.
and yeah. So
That's
I'm
a
trying
great.
to see, boy,
And so,
and then go ahead.
So you're saying that so you coached Jordan when he was at the Boys and Girls Club, and then now he's the coach at PG, or is that somebody else?
No, I coached him with the Kittanauga, the county here where we live
I
in
see.
Prince George's County. Okay, so the Boys and Girls Club was when I was 12.
Okay.
So Kittanauga Elementary, we talking about 2007 or 8 or something like that.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. And since now he's graduated from, I can't never forget that. Remember that college up there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that he graduated from, and yeah, but I had him at like 16U. He might have played at 15U, and then the other coaches, the other guy, he went to Alabama State. He went to Gallaudet, and he went to Alabama State, and he's our pitching coach now. So, I coached him when he was 16U. So that's amazing, because I told him y'all need to try to pay attention to what's going on and moving. You got your own philosophy. You just got. I mean, I just like some people at least try to figure out what my mindset is a little bit, rather than just because I'm if I'm around them doing stuff, I'm gonna listen to them. But I just found out most of the coaches that I've had around. If you got to give a drill or something or talk about something, they'll walk off. They won't hang around, and they don't even know what I'm talking about. So that's what gets my goat a lot.
Wow.
I just noticed that in the past, so because I don't know, but the main thing is to get the players to get it. If I can help them, it's fine. And but that's why I like coaching at DC grades. It gets to be maybe the upper echelon of college guys, which is maybe 2 or 3 steps above junior college here. Although you just never know. But those guys are more smarter than the smarter guys are the baseball players, that guys that go to D1 schools and D3 schools that played a year or 2 in 4-year schools. I really admire them. And I don't talk when I first see them, because I want to see them play, see what they know,
Right.
and then if I can help, fine. And good coaches, really, he's really not seen, really. You heard a little bit, just like a good umpire. If things going good, you don't even notice him, really.
Notice him, right?
And somebody said the other day, if you mess up early in the game, you can't even fix it the rest of the game. And I thought about that, and I beat myself up umpiring. People don't even know it, because I'm worried about doing the right thing for both teams,
Right.
and you can't do it. It's just impossible. You cannot get it right. Yeah. But they always say they just want you to be consistent, but I don't know if they know what that means. But so the umpiring is really it's something I strive to be perfect at. I really do, because I know how important it is in the game, especially with no video.
Right.
And
Especially
going
at
back to
home.
no
Yeah.
video. Yeah. So when I umpire, I know it ain't no video. And if it was up to me, and one time I was supposed to umpire a championship game, and I wanted to institute somebody with some cameras could be around and take some pictures. I would go with that, but I know that's against the rules. I would go with that. I would almost institute that. I really would, because that's how bad I want something to be right.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Can you imagine? Yeah. I mean, can you imagine all the games that all the umpire calls that messed up in the past World Series, All-Star games, playoff games, wild card games? Can you imagine all of? I mean, the ones that went before video, how many were messed up and caused games? That's
Oh
crazy.
no.
That is, yeah, that's
I
amazing.
was thinking about that perfect game that the Tigers pitcher had. And the
First
guy
baseman.
first base missed the call at first base.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he apologized, and he was sad, wasn't he? He and he. I mean, he was really sorry about that.
He was, yeah.
And that's tough. And you can't like I missed a play the other day. A ball hit off the guy's foot. He swung. The ball went back to the pitcher, and somehow the guy got on base. Then the pitcher wanted to say, I swear to you, coach, the ball hit him. But he didn't say nothing before, and the batter didn't act like he hit it. He ran. So, but I had a thought that it might have. But to see, the problem is that I was working by myself. I couldn't go to the other umpire.
That's tough.
So, and I know the rule is, if you don't call it right away, you can't reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other guy can reverse it for me, but I can't. I can't just say, oh, okay, I'm gonna change it to hit him. I'm gonna catch it. Everybody might have saw it, but I didn't call it. So that was an example of that where I felt bad, and I'm back there hoping that the guy don't score because that's gonna be my run. Oh boy, that's crazy. But anyway, baseball.
Baseball.
So where were we? Umpiring. I started umpiring right around after Major League Scout School, right around doing the little Boys and Girls Club coaching. I was doing that. And the only reason I got into umpiring, how I got into umpiring. Let me go back to playing sandlot ball after I finished playing pro ball. And this umpire that I had worked with in the post office, he said, man, won't you come on and umpire? I said, man, I don't want to umpire. Man, no, I ain't paid him no mind. For years went by. Years.
Mm.
And when I went to the Boys and Girls Club, we needed umpires for our games, right?
Right.
So the lady there, Miss Woods, the commissioner, she recruited about 5 of us to go to umpire class, right? So
Right.
we all go to umpire. We go to umpire class. Out of all those five, who ends up being the only one to be an umpire? Me. Because it interests me. So I was doing it really just to help out so they wouldn't have to pay some fees. You can umpire some games for them, right?
Right.
It wasn't a money thing at the time, okay? But now it is. More like you get paid for when you umpire now. Not that you just want to umpire for money, but you should get paid for your, way the world's inflated now, man. You should get paid for anything you do now.
Right.
That's what they're doing. So I did that, and I stuck with it, and I took the classes. I did the tests and all that stuff, and started, and I don't even really remember doing any umpiring for the organization. I did a few games. I did do some, but I think that the Miss Woods, I think she retired a little bit later on after that too, though. So nobody really called me, but the experience was amazing. I think if I'd have went early, right after I got out of pro ball, I really think I could have been a big league umpire.
I
bad
bet.
as I am. Bad as I am, I think I could be, put it like this, a college umpire. Because in 2015, I passed the test with the college NCAA umpire official.
Wow.
But since I was coaching, it kind of kept me back, and I'm still mad today because of that. I did a lot of classes, and they promised me I could do this and do that. And then they want to say, well, you coaching, we need you to put you on 2-man. Well, college is 3-man. Most of it. I'm doing all the 3-man training. Why I gotta do that? I'm pretty good in 2-man, I think. So what do you mean I gotta do 2-man? Well, put me on some 2-man games somewhere else. But so it didn't make really sense to me. So maybe somebody will explain to me one day. I'm a little picked on that. So I think they just wanted me to do one thing or the other. That's all.
I see. Yeah.
But but I'm still doing it. I'm still coaching, but I just stopped doing all the extra classes and doing all the stuff, all the training and everything. But my heart is in it. So, and I read a lot. So it ain't like you can't get no training without going there.
Well,
Yeah.
and you know the
So
game so well too. I mean, I think that helps a ton. I think a lot of times.
yeah, that helps a lot, And I found out some stuff about umpires, what they do too, So,
Hmm.
but what I want to say is, I really thought I knew baseball, but really, when it comes to officiating and the rules, I did not know a thing.
Interesting.
So umpiring really enlightened me about the game and what they go through and how they do it. Because I never really watched the umpire once the ball was hit. I watched the ball and watched the runner.
Right.
Now when I go to a game, I'm gonna watch the ball a little bit, but my eyes go straight to the umpires now. I mean, I can't help it. I'm gonna watch one of them. I'm gonna watch somebody, because now I'm trying to see if they're doing what they're doing, and they can tell me certain things too. Because if you watch them, you can find out how many outs there are all the time.
Right.
Yeah. If it's a man on base, I can look at the umpire and they're gonna tell me the outs, but they're telling each other what the outs are, and they're telling what they're gonna do. So I have fun with that because I know what's going on and what their rotations are. So that's the fun thing about it. And when I talk about coaching, that's one of the first things I like to tell a coach: get into the rule book. If you're a pitching coach, there's no reason you cannot be a pitching coach and never read the pitching section in the rule book. How can you be a pitching coach if you haven't read the rule book in pitching?
Right.
I mean, for me, and I still don't know it all, and I'm still dumbfounded, but I try to grasp it. Just like the other day, I mean, we got to play something I should have known, but I didn't know for sure. I just told him I'm not sure, but I talked to my partner, so we got it, but we end up getting it right. Because we looked it up later. So it's just impossible, but to know all of it. But it helps when you know something.
What's the biggest thing you learned?
Hmm?
What was the biggest thing you learned, do you think, when you first started umpiring that you didn't know about before?
Oh, just I can't. Other than the rotations where they need to be, and calling safe and out and all that, it's just the biggest thing is, on, and you're gonna get me like infield fly rule. I never really understood that completely, and the drop third strike completely, batters interference, runners interference, obstruction, the time of the pitch from the pitcher, and overthrow awards. How many bases to give a guy. When the ball's hit. What happens if the guy throw his glove at the ball? He dive in the stands. Just so many things. But the biggest thing I all of them, whatever one happens in the game that you get wrong is the biggest thing. So get it right. Yeah, but those are things, those are the things, and the biggest thing is how to call strikes and balls, how to, and it's a technique to it,
Does it feel very different from hitting?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Different, definitely different.
But I think I don't know what the players say, but I thought I umpire like a hitter because that means I'm going to be tight. But I've known some people say I call a ball a strike, but usually you might get away with on a close pitch on me, but the pitcher might be a little mad. But I try to get it right, but I can get a little tight at times, and then it's just so crazy because you just don't know where you're gonna mess up at.
Right.
High pitch, low pitch, and you don't even know. I mean, the top of the strike zone. What the heck is the strike zone, man? God
Right.
dang.
I feel like over the last couple of years, the strike zone has gotten lower. I feel like you don't see as many high strikes called, but you see these pitches
Yeah.
below the knees called.
Right. Yeah. See. Yeah. Man, yeah. That's it. Yeah. So, yeah. I learned a lot, and there's still a lot more to be learned. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go through this test I have and just go through as a true or false, 100 things. I like to go through that every year. Although the high school season is basically over, the playoffs start next week, I think. So
Well,
I don't know if I'm going to I got a doubleheader today at 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock.
oh,
Yeah, I'm talking. But anyway, I do have a game today, and I do have practice too, Prince George's, and we have a baseball game doubleheader tomorrow. But I just love to talk ball. Might be rambling, but I appreciate you and
yeah, this has
trying
been
to see
great.
from so to doing the NCAA test and all that, and then when you coach, like I said, we coach summer ball with you in the Calvert Collegiate League, and that's been a very good experience for me because it's kind of like real good ball players from their college. Even though if they didn't get much playing time at their colleges, they got college experience from practice and everything, and they want to be a starter on their team. Basically, what they here doing, I think, and so I've enjoyed doing that. Although it's just a hot summer, hot
Yeah,
2 months, maybe a hot 1 month for sure. July can be a little crazy. June it can be too, but I enjoy doing that with the DC Grays, which is I think was put in to help with getting more, maybe it's more blacks in their plan, a little bit, maybe another place to play. Although it's open, it's a diverse, very very diverse team. But we welcome minorities that come in and play. Even if you're not the top player, but if you're in college, you need to have college eligibility is the main thing. So that's the main thing. If you got college eligibility, you can pick up a ball and you can throw it. You come on in, and we'll see how that goes. So I don't know if they agree with me on that one, but it's a very competitive atmosphere there, and the guys really are there trying to get better for their college team the next year or that
absolutely.
fall.
That 2021 team was really good with Cam Buford and Jared Sprague. Did you see he's playing third base for Arkansas right now?
No wonder I saw that. I just saw something on him, and one of my kids sent me a video on him, on a player that the outfielder that faked a catch.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
And I heard the name Sprague. He just sent it to me last night, and I said I coached a guy named Sprague a lot, but I didn't know he was at Arkansas.
Yeah, he transferred to Arkansas from Richmond,
Right.
and then
Okay. Very good.
Scott Bandera got drafted by the Giants last
Right.
year.
Yeah, I talked to him. We've texted back and forth with his dad. Yeah, we've texted a little bit. Yeah, he played in a place out there where I played in the Cal League. I think he said something about Fresno
Oh, cool.
somewhere. San Jose or maybe San Jose. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, but and the play that one of my outfielders sent me to play with the outfielder. And I told these guys, and see, I said, you must not have been there the day that I told you about that play. Because you kind of look like you're going to catch it up high, and you look like you're catching it, but you're not catching it. And the guy, is that the play? And he left
Yes.
early.
Yeah, kind of the deep. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I've gone over a lot of stuff with him like that, But it's a little tough for some guys to do it, Okay. So when we got to the coaching, so now we still coaching today, Prince George's Community College, and we got a couple World Series on there, but they're getting old. We need to do something because it's been 7 years since we been to the World Series, and this team is we hitting about 270 something as a team. We no power, got a little speed. So we're gonna see how the playoffs start Friday.
Mm.
So we're going to see how that goes. And if we can step up, if you win that, you go to another round. If you win that round, you go to the World Series, which is in New York this year. It has been in Texas and North Carolina and Tennessee in the past. But this year it's going to be in New York. Okay.
And you took a team to the World Series when you were the head coach, right?
I wasn't. No, Coach Foster was the
Oh, okay.
coach. Coach Foster was the manager. Was the coach? You know, I was the third base coach. I was the third base coach in both instances. And in the when we won the regionals about 3 or 4 times too, which that means we were like 1 game away from or 2 games away from going to the World Series again. So we had opportunities to go back. But we haven't gone back. And one year we were really close, and we blew a big lead, and we didn't make it back. But now Coach Martinez, one of my former players, when he was a youngster, he's the head coach now, and he's probably putting together something good right now.